All right, I'm Justin. This is Tom. We're here with some breaking news. Oh, well, it's not. I guess it's not really breaking. So Nintendo has been on kind of a downslide, but we've known this has been coming for a while. But Nintendo finally admitted it. Like, basically, they've come out and changed their sales projections earlier this year. They'd said we're going to sell 9 million Wii U's through the end of 2014, and they've changed that to
2.8.
2.8, and their stock has taken a nosedive.
Yep.
Their projections for making a profit throughout the year, they were going to originally do a pretty sizable profit.
And now they're going to lose $240 million, and that's what they're projecting. So it could even be worse than that. Could be better.
So not altogether a great news story, but we did just come off of some NPD numbers where the 3DS was the top-selling console for both December and all of 2013. So like a lot of people are just calling this complete doom and gloom that Nintendo should just fold under, that they should be a Sega and that they should start selling off their properties willy-nilly. But I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the 3DS is still the top-selling console. It beat out the 360, the PS3, the Xbox One, and the PS4.
Yes, the 3DS sold well, but it didn't have real competition outside of the Vita and the Wii U, basically, as far as a full system in its prime for a year. I'm usually, so when we talk about Nintendo doom and gloom, which has been since '96, roughly, I'm always on the side of...
Well, no, to be fair, Wii was getting...
The Wii was good.
Yes.
The Wii was good, financially. But I'm always on the side of, you guys are nuts, it's gonna be fine, it's Nintendo. Right now, it's kind of a different scenario because I don't really know how they gain ground in the console space.
I think they've just been completely confusing the marketplace as far as like what the Wii U is.
Well, they don't have games is the problem, is because Nintendo since '96 has been, we're going to do this alone, and I guess we'll have one or two third parties. That's been their MO since the N64.
Well, and it was going to change. The Wii U was going to have all these great third party titles, and then that kind of backed off.
I know, and it's like Nintendo makes great games. So every few months you get something like Mario, which is incredible, and that can't really compete with like the PS4, which has all the indie games and has the first-party studios and the third-party support.
But I don't think you can count them out because no matter what, I am going to buy a Nintendo system for Nintendo games, and that's what I expect out of it. And I really don't need to, I don't feel like they need to go to PlayStation or Sega or even PC to try and sell those experiences because they're best when they make their own console that supports that.
How do you think they can turn around the fortunes of the console space? Because I don't see a scenario that they can.
I really, at this point, you have to come out with a new console or having a Wii U that gets rid of that tethered gamepad, which is really raising the price of it. I think if they put out a cheap Wii U at like maybe $200, $150 without a Wii U gamepad, that can make a big difference.
I know, but does it also hurt that they have negative momentum right now? That there is any kind of buzz is almost a negative buzz. So even lowering the price like Sony did with the Vita doesn't spur sales because people have a negative association with it.
Well, one thing Nintendo has talked about doing, Satoru Iwata, who's not going to resign, who said that there's not going to be a change-up in the upper management, he said that they do need to focus, they do need to change what they're doing. And one of those things is looking at smartphones. Now, I don't think that the best way to do that is just to port over the experiences that they already have on a smartphone.
That is the worst way to do it.
Exactly, but Nintendo is really smart about using technology and about using like what other people are doing, like using the Wii U and creating really interesting experiences and creating something brand new, something you wouldn't have expected before, and I'd love to see what they can do on mobile.
I actually think they need to make original mobile games with their characters that you know, like with Link and Mario, because then you have the association with people, especially kids who know Angry Birds now. It's like, Mario is cool, I like Mario, and then they can graduate to like the real Mario games and the real Zelda games, but I think that's what Nintendo has to do to kind of get a foothold in a younger audience that's losing interest in them.
Yeah, and I mean, this is definitely bad news all around for Nintendo. Their stock has taken a dive.
It's bad news for everyone. It's not just Nintendo, because we need them in this space, because they are like a games company first and foremost.
You know, I think they have, there's a lot of things that they're going to be able to do going into this new year, but to keep up on all of your Nintendo news and all of your gaming news in general, be sure to tune into Gamespot. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. You know how those things work, and thanks for watching.